As you may have seen, a few years ago we unveiled and marvelled at the Imperial Shaker machine over in New York. At that very moment, Team Tanqueray and I set upon an unyielding mission to try and build new Imperial devices, but to an even higher standard. So just a few months later, I find myself in Amsterdam and we sit down and start to talk about how we can how do we better this machine? How do we make the Imperial Shaker better? How can we put more intricacy into it? How can we put more Victorianism into it? This whole idea of romance and moving parts, but more of it. But it still had to be practical enough to sit on top of the world's best bars. So in effect, my brief was quite simple, because Tanqueray and I care about the same things: timeless quality and unyielding passion to evolve new drinking rituals into the world. Several months tinkering in the workshop with the engineers again. We looked at several designs, several iterations. Lots of different things came out of it, but we happened upon a really great design, which we were super happy with, and we knew at the time we had to share it with Tanqueray and show them what this thing was, because it was absolutely phenomenal. And we decided to call it the Tanqueray Champion Shaker. My favourite parts are the flywheel governors. These are the little brass locking devices that you see on top of the machine. These are the sort of things you would see spinning to regulate a real steam engine. So because it weighs over 40 kilograms and the whole drive and velocity of the whole thing is coming from a cam, you can really crank it as hard as you possibly can, really turbo through it. And the outcome of that, of course, is that you can make one of the best texturized Ramos gin fizzes you've ever tasted. I feel that the Tanqueray Champion Shaker is one of the most exciting developments in the global drinks industry right now, and I just can't wait for you to see it in the flesh, because it's just absolutely magical.
Welcome to the Tanqueray Champion Shaker training video. Let's get started. Pay close attention to the mechanical instructions. This will set you and your team up for success. Position your shaker prominently at the bar, and don't forget to display your bottles of Tanqueray London Dry Gin and No. 10 Gin at the back bar for all to see. You were provided a warning sign in your training kit. Please be sure to display your sign at all times to ensure the safety of staff and guests. You've been provided with a printed guide that instructs you on the general operation of your shaker. Take time to understand the machine parts, the maintenance, how to place and remove your tin cups, and how to clean. The Champion Shaker works by turning the main flywheel using the wooden handle. Be careful when operating the shaker, as there are numerous pinch points and shear points. It is also important to make sure fingers, loose clothing, and hair are kept away from the machine when it is in operation. It is very easy to keep your shaker clean by wiping it down with a dry cloth. Remove any loose dirt or spillage using a damp cloth, and don't forget to wipe down your cogs. Please refer to your printed training guide to learn about all of the parts of the machine. After regular cleaning, you will need to apply a drop of any clear lightweight mineral oil on each of the cogs in the gearbox. These can be found on the lower bearing of each push rod arm and on the exposed brass sliding sections of the cup retaining assembly. Watch closely as James shows you how to prepare your cocktail for the tin, how to place your tins onto the shaker, and how to draw the guest's attention to the theater and the mesmerizing motion that ultimately delivers a perfectly textured cocktail. Jason's vision for this now immortal machine was to dominate the bar scene and evolve drinking rituals specifically for Tanqueray London Dry Gin and No. 10 Gin. Share with each guest how the Champion Shaker works and what it does to enhance the cocktail experience. Don't be shy. Suggest this cocktail to guests and get them excited about what they're about to see and taste as a result of this incredible machine. It's time to shake things up. The beauty is in the presentation, and the success is in the consistency of the theater and cocktail delivery. Whether you are alone behind the bar or with a fellow bartender, be sure to make plans around the use in theater. More importantly, be proud that you have the honor of showcasing one of only 30 machines in the world. The benefits of this beauty are vast. Let's use this opportunity to create a guest experience unlike any other and make the best gin cocktails we can with this utility and showmanship. This is designed to inspire our guests and get them raving about the Tanqueray Champion Shaker. Cheers.